honoring our values with our daily practice. Daily, every day, my friends, daily. Welcome, everybody, to a new morning show, Monday to Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And yes, we did. I got the time wrong, people, because today is Monday, March 11th, which happens to be, let's go to our next slide, Motivational Monday. And the time has changed. And I was very late. So grateful for Charmaine. So these tips are for me and for me only. Wow, Mr. Zito snores on the other side. We're gonna get through it because this slide or shout out to the author or to the Instagrammer. Oh, it looks like I froze. That's okay. Oh no, it looks like my whole camera shut up. Oh, I'm back. Yay. Shout out to this lovely lady. I believe, and I'll put it in the comments because you truly inspire me to start something. Okay. So let's go to the next slide because we're going to kick off with a dad joke. And this one's dedicated to my uncle. My uncle is currently in the hospital. Oh man, no one's having fun in the hospital. I know he'll be out soon. So this one's for him. Let's go to the next slide and I'll translate it for you guys. Well, you'll get it. ¿Qué dijo el número 0 al número 8? Me gusta tu cinturón. Oh! What is 0 till 8? I like your belt. Right? I thought it was actually this should be my cover. I'll work on that. Charmaine, I'll do it one more time. Ready? If you're watching the live, yes, we have fun here. Okay, let's get started because this is so much for me. What do we have next? Are we gonna get right into it because the weatherman's late, so we're gonna skip that, Charmaine. He's currently making my cafecito. Oh, honoring our values. The first time I saw that picture, or not the picture, but the first time I actually saw, um, I don't know if it has a name, but rocks like stacking on one another was, definitely want to know. It wasn't. It definitely a hike that Jimmy and I did, and I thought it was so cool. I thought it was inspiring, and because I for so long, for so many years, I thought that I wanted balance in my life, and I no longer want balance. I don't talk about balance. I used to. I used to have um, a group, an online course called Balance Mastery University. And I've learned that when we try to balance things, we're not, it for me, it doesn't give attention to what I'm doing. I remain I remain focused on wanting to be balanced more than actually being with somebody at that moment or focus on something that's important. And that's just for me personal. So today we could go to the next slide. Like I said, well, this one, because for so me, I want to say 2-3 weeks in the morning show, we were talking about self-reflection. And it is absolutely what I do. I want to give practicals. I want to give myself practicals. So let's go to the next slide because um, in the inspiration and affirmations from last week, well, last week was self-talk, but we did speak a lot about affirmations, is that we got practical words. This week we're gonna get practical with action. So let's get started. Next slide, please. And I think her name is there. Can't really see it because it's small. But I know you guys, you can see it. So Thank you, ma'am. Ooh, science essentials. I just got chills. You go, Shermane. Let's do that again. That was, I mean, like right here, Shermane, right here. I love it. Okay. We'll go to the next slide because, again, she inspired me to work on a challenge and it was so random. I'm waiting. I take my mom to mass to church and her mass is about an hour. And this time around, I didn't have my plan got rescheduled. So I was gonna go to the lake to a park, and oh wait a minute, did you just wake up?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Weatherman. I don't think he's actually gonna say the weather. I think he literally had one eye open. So anyway, as I've been working through the slides, I thought about her slide about giving tips on how to adjust to the new time because my husband has an even harder time. Like he gets really angry. For me, my sleep has been horrible for a whole week. I don't know. Have you experienced that? Drop it in the comments. I've experienced such a hard time, and that is not like me at all, but it's been bad, people, bad. Okay, so I believe it was Saturday, Jimmy and I, or Friday, Jimmy and I were also talking about he wanted to do the 75 hard challenge, but he wanted to modify. And, I listened. And then when I was in the parking lot, I said, no, I'm going to do it too. I'm going to do it too because I, first of all, the sleep, as I just told you, waking up in the middle of the night, I have been experiencing pain in my gut. And so I didn't want to call it a challenge. And so I like the word journey. And I want to break it down. There's a minute video, which if you're here watching the replay, or if you joined in the live, it has the explanation, but I actually want to go through it and I will go through it with you. Okay, you guys ready? Let's go to the first one. Number uno. Ah, and I could compare with 75 hard, but I'm not. This is where I'm going to focus. Number one, it's first of all switching that dirty word, diet. Because diets come and go, and for so many people, including myself, you could beat yourself up and you can make it about failure when what I want to bring back in my life, it's really everything I've learned just about four, actually 5 years, right? 2017 to 2018, that changed and it changed my mindset and I have put it under my bed. So I'm bringing it out, people. It's nourishing time. It's about nourishing our cell. Yeah, not our cell phone. Our cells. Hey, there's the vision board. Who remembers that episode? That was a whole week. There we go. And with that comes making sure we're getting all our macronutrients and our micro, which I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and which is coming up this week. I'm going to break this down even more. I'm a little slow because I just woke up. So I am literally going to keep it slow right here and keep it real because diet, I am banning out of my vocabulary. And I've applied this to children and programs who want some nourishing time instead of snack because snack, no, Poppy, no. Thank you, baby. I have a sensitive area over here and my cables will snap. Okay, so nourishing time, what we want to focus is on nutrient dense meals, nutrient dense, having your four, sorry, actually, did I say three? There's really four. I'm gonna talk about it in a second. Your macronutrients and your micro, because food is food, and bio individuality, meaning we are all different. It's that we want to just focus on getting all of it. Man, this thing about no carbs. Carbs is an essential nutrient. An essential means that your body does not produce it. So what do we need to do? We need to ingest these nutrients. So that's number one. And I might have dragged this one over here, but that's all good. Let's go to slide number 2. By the way, my motto for all these slides have been my puppy, you'll see. Number 2, it's movement time. I want to say also that workout can trigger some things. And so with movement, you are open to yoga, to weights, to your still maze, to walking, to biking, to rowing, to playing sports, you name it. Now, the key thing here, it's 2 movements. I should have put 2, but that's okay. There's the 2, number 2. Okay, that doesn't count. 2 movements a day, and this is from the 75 hard challenge. And he does the 245. Okay. If you are like me, if you work out and your muscles hurt like for a week after you work out, should you be doing this 245 minutes a day? It doesn't work for you. Bio individuality again. This depends on the person. So here's the gem, my loves. Choose the amount of time. So I actually chose mine. I get chills. Because the first time I did this, I did 220 minutes. And a lot of times, if I was walking and it started raining, I started just doing the stairs when I was at the other place in my first apartment in Orlando. So you gotta, if this is your first time, choose the time that comes to your gut and the time that you actually have, not the one that you're gonna go and make. Avoid that, because this is a 75 journey. We want this to be an experience for all of us, that it's gonna be attainable and measurable, meaning you're gonna pick that time, and realistic. All right, those are the 3. And so for me, I wanted to do this movement with myself, by myself, and one of them is going to be without my dog. So I chose 25. So it's 225 minutes. And what I did last time, the first time I did, let's say I did forget the second one, putting yoga with Adrian and looking for her list that says 25 minutes, just put yoga with Adrian 25 minutes. Oh, there's a library. And we love you. We love you, Adrian, because she's got any minute from 5 to 25 to an hour, you name it. All right, let's go to the next one. So just let's move. Dance. One of those movements got to be outside. And the reason he says that, it's in building this resilience. And I hope that by now you're getting to see a connection with values, because values is really what is important. And so I'm sharing, the only way I can share is share from what's important to me. All right. And so obviously, when it comes to taking care of your body, nourishing is important. Movement is important, because that's what we were created. The going outside has been a challenge for me. And the past maybe 3 days, Jimmy's been telling me, you got to get, can we go back 2 slides, Charmaine? You got to go outside, get in the balcony, come outside. One more, come outside with me. And those 2 pictures are when I said, you know what, I'm going to have lunch. Yes, I'll have lunch, because we have breakfast and dinner at the same time, but our lunch is we're different. And so I was like, okay, I'll join you. And I was outside and I had a friend I haven't talked to in a while. We were talking outside. I'm like, man, this is beautiful. So let's go back to that slide, the one get outside. The same goes for the movements. And in 75 Hard Challenge, his thing is about grit. So that means if it's raining, if it snows, Obviously, if it's thundering like all right outside your house or there's a tornado, okay, be smart. Let's be this like let's use some discernment. But getting outside one of them for me, okay, so 75 challenge, like you gotta like push past through. It's also a way to for preppers out there, being ready for any weather, right? And so like I said, I did experience rain, but I didn't walk in the rain. I went back to my little apartment. I did the stairs. All right. So for me, getting outside, getting the vitamin D, right there, Jimmy and I were looking at our rowing team. I'll show you the video this week, but we're like looking at this rowing team. We're sitting on a bench, and it reminded me of our first park when we got married in 2011. And it's the act of sitting, it's the act of waiting, it's the act of being. And that's what nature does. And that's what it does for me. I'm interested to find out what it does for you and what this 75 journey can do for that. And like what I said on my first time I did this, if you don't live near a park or a lake or anything inspiring, hey, that's all good. Find a tree. Find a tree. A few days ago, I was doing, and it does hurt, still hurt, like pain. Okay, I mentioned, right? Pain. I did 10 push ups in front of a tree. And it felt magical. I felt supported. Find a tree, my friend. I know no one lives anywhere in the world without a tree. I mean, and if you do, please drop it in the comments and we could brainstorm of how we could still get inspired by being outside. Let's go to the next slide because we're going to talk about number tres, as mentioned. So everybody knows proteins, everybody knows fats, everybody knows carbs. The fourth macronutrient is water. We can go days without food, but only days without water, my friend. And here's my motto. Here's me outside. And it's self-explanatory. And as I go through this week, I'm going to give all the benefits. But that is for the journey. And it avoids the sugar and is really the only, what I'm going to tell you today is the only thing that quenches my thirst. So get creative, add sea salt, add some lemons, add some basil, add little fruits, get creative. Let's go to the next slide. Number 4, read 10 pages. And for this journey, it's open. I know in 75 Hard Challenge, she does nonfiction. But this book right here on poems, and also I'm reading a fiction book, 1984. Grab any book. Well, if this is your first time doing this kind of like 75, whatever, day, journey, challenge, whatever you want to call it, process, what we want is getting you in that habit. Because yes, he does talk about self-improvement, and of course we want that. Start with what you like. That's all I'm going to say. Grab any book, grab your Bible, grab whatever religion, grab something. And the key thing, it's got to be a physical book. So this does not include audio. And especially when we go outside, a lot of times we are with those pots and we, I know for me, I don't fully experience nature when I'm listening to something. Now, if you want to do your movement with music, that's fine. That's great. Listen, if you don't get outside twice and that's your motivation, use it, my friend. We want this to be fun. The reading and what I want to do, this is me personally. I want to start reading in the balcony. I got gazebos all over my condo. I want to take that and I want to be one with the books. All right, next slide. Number 5. What do we got? Okay. So it's supposed to be you, but like I mentioned, I was using Poppy as my model. Take a progress picture with your affirmation. And one of my affirmations in my desk is I am clear and I am focused right before I step into my carpet and step into my desk right there. That's right there. Before I go in, I take off my shoes. I treat that carpet as holy. I really do, guys. That carpet, I I don't allow anybody to go in with sandals. You gotta like I want to see toes and or socks with socks, but it's very special to me. It's my working space. So anyway, a picture of yourself with your affirmation. I have one here that I say when I come in here, and it's I am impactful. At the breath, you don't have to show the picture of yourself. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read mine. That's my challenge. You don't have to do it. Poppy, no, Poppy, honey, can you call her? Sorry, guys. I believe the weatherman's taking a shower, and my dog is come move all the cables in here, so I go quick. Sorry, Poppy. Sit. Oh, I know. Okay, good girl. So self-explanatory. Take a progress pic for yourself with your affirmation. This is key for me. I am not a fan, negation acknowledge, of progress picture for the sake of seeing a difference. I'm sure there's tons of benefits. I get it. I get that there are tons of benefits. What I be careful with the thing, what I'm looking for and what I need help, as I mentioned last week, it's being mindful of my affirmations because I could write them and then I forget them. I want to see my progress of my self talk. And that aligns with my value, which, in a second, we're going to talk about it all through the week. All right. So, again, it's not that you need to show it anywhere. It's not a website. This is my gem. And if you want to join the party, join it. Next slide. I told you Poppy was my motto. Avoid alcohol. Poppy seems very disturbed that no margaritas, no mojitos. Yeah. I've been in a program month 2. I'm supposed to not have alcohol. And then I said, but what about organic? But what about yeah. One of my third reason of doing this journey process is to get this accountability. And instead, here's something you may want to apply if you want to. I'm not going to say, no, thanks. I'm not drinking alcohol, right? Here's my new thing. Hey, you want a beer? You know what? Can I get a water? Thank you. Or thank you. I'll get a water. Or thank you. Do you have water with lime? You fill in the blank. Okay. I mean, obviously, this yes, it's your water. Oh, I didn't talk about something. Okay. I'll talk about it in here. The water and the amount of water that this 75 process journey is your weight divided by 2 equals the amount of ounces your body needs. So I am about 190 or so divided by 2. It came out to 3.9 of a 24-ounce bottle. So for me, it'll be 4 of these. All right. For you, it's different, my friend. You gotta put in your weight divided by 2, and that will equal the amount of ounces. I suggest a 24 bottle or something higher so you don't have to constantly refill. Like the bigger the bottle, the less you have to think about things. So Jimmy actually bought a gallon because in the 75 hard challenge, it's a gallon. I definitely not recommend that because if you're 60 pounds wet, you divide that by 2, that's 30 ounces. Like, why are you drinking a gallon? It's bad. Please. And for those who weigh more than 190 or you're in 200 and above, keep it to 100. That's going to be the minimum. And the reason why I'm also talking about it right here, I did forget to tell you that. Know that alcohol does quite the opposite. Alcohol and coffee. Yes, what I have next to me. Because if you're having, I forget the word. Oh, geez. I'll put it in the comments, what alcohol and coffee are. And you got to double it up. But we're not doing that for this process challenge. Point is, get your bottle. Instead of alcohol, say, hey, I'll love some water with lime on the rocks. Hey, I'm going to a social today, and I'm so excited to say I'll take water and lemon on the rocks because I'm such a cornball. All right, let's go to the next slide. Number 7 and the last one is once a week. 75 hard challenge doesn't have this, right? Like it's every day, but this is the magic 7. Once a week, we do an activity or a hike for 60 minutes. That is as easy as a hike, like I said. Like, oh, by the way, for all my Latinos and my minorities out there who think that hike is climbing a mountain, hiking means walking. Okay, that's what I thought. And if you think I'm insulting you, you already knew that. My bad. I'm talking about the other person who didn't know that. All right, playing sports. I know for sure tennis. It's at least an hour, and so yeah, it's getting that done. Choosing your activity. Okay, walking in the mall, it's a 60-minute activity. Now, you know, walk the mall. Like, let's not sit in a restaurant, have lunch, and oh yeah, that's a 60 minutes, right? Because it's still a journey. It's still something different. And it's about movement and being outside. All right. So again, the 60 minute does not have to be outside, my friends. If you do have a treadmill, if you do have a bike, but that's a lot. So I will mix it up. Maybe you walk to the gym and that could be 20 minutes, get on the bike, walk back. I In that tennis, I don't think that's the picture, but when I was the first time in the challenge, my friend had moved. So instead of driving to her condo with the tennis court, I actually walked there. And I had asked Jimmy to pick me up because I knew I was gonna be tired, right? But I put it in. I think it was about like a 15-minute walk. So I counted that 15 minutes plus whatever game. Boom. That was my thing. And I didn't say this in the last morning show. I believe I did this during the morning show. I'm not 100% sure. However, um, get creative. As long as you are active, moving for 1 hour once a week. And that's it. The next slide is there are 3 kinds of responses. I'm just going to let the video play, Charmaine, if you get that video ready, and then after that, I'm going to read one of the comments. This is not mine. This is for an awesome creator in social media. Let's hear it first. Yay! That could be some of our responses. What? No alcohol? Dude. I'm a cheat. Careful out there. One of them pivot. The other one growl. I love it. Thank you, Jermaine. It could be, right? Okay, so I've gotten some responses. Ooh, 75 hard journey. Let me hear it. And then send the picture what I just shared. And it's like, ooh, not right now. And I'm not in my life right now. And I'm gonna ask, like, which one? What I do know is the one that gets people. The hardest ones are the alcohol and the 2 movements, and then an hour once a week. What are you, crazy? I got 4 kids. You're nuts. Okay. So anyway, whatever that is, let's go to the last slide, Charmaine, because I want to read the comment. If you could put it nice and big. He said, this video is actually about how we tackle life problems. Some people find it easy to get over them. Some take time, but finally figure it out. And some people just get frustrated and get stuck in the same problems without trying to find solutions. And he threw his hands. By the way, never text me this hand. I detest it with a passion. But anyway, sir, what you said, it's very good. You said it so well. Guys, this is my invitation to put our values, if you believe that it starts with you, if you believe that education, reading, the intellect, if you take these challenges or process with somebody else, it's about that friendship that you're going to build with this person. So send this video to somebody who's going to be your accountability buddy or whatever you want to call it. And, or for you, take a listen. Do any of these 7 guidelines match your values? And if it does, I hope you join. Guys, thanks for watching a Motivational Monday. Please like, consider subscribing, and we will see you mañana on Thankful Day. Thank you, everybody. I hope you say yes. Share this with a friend. And with that, we are out. Thank you, everybody. I love it.